I lied in my job interview, and 24 hours later, someone's life was in my hands. I wish I was exaggerating, but I'm not. I had just moved to a new city. No money, no connections, no backup plan. So when I saw a job opening for a personal assistant, I applied instantly. The interview was going fine until my boss asked one simple question. Can you drive? My heart dropped because the truth was I had never driven a car in my life, not once, but something in me panicked. And before I could stop myself, I said, yeah, of course. That one lie changed everything. I got the job. At first, it was easy. Emails, scheduling, coffee runs. I thought maybe I'd get away with it until the third day. My boss walked in, tossed me a set of keys and said, I need you to pick up an important client from the airport. Be there in 45 minutes. My world froze. Airport? Highway? Traffic? I could barely parallel park in my imagination. I smiled, nodded, and walked out like I had it all under control. The second I got outside, I nearly threw up. I sat in the driver's seat, staring at the steering wheel like it was a bomb. My hands were shaking so bad, I couldn't even turn the key. I thought about quitting, about disappearing, about texting I'm sick and never coming back. Then someone knocked on my window. I jumped. It was an older man, maybe in his 50s. Security guard. He looked at me and said, first time, huh? I tried to deny it, but I just broke. I lied. I don't know how to drive. I'm going to lose my job. He didn't laugh, didn't judge. He just nodded and said, all right, move over. What? You've got 30 minutes. Let's make it count. And just like that, a complete stranger became my last hope. For the next half hour, he trained me in that empty parking lot. Foot on the brake, slowly release, hand steady. I stalled the car twice, almost hit a curb, panicked every 10 seconds, but he stayed calm. Breathe. You're thinking too much. Time was running out. Finally, he looked at me and said, you're not ready, but you don't need to be perfect. You just need to be careful. I swallowed my fear and drove out. Every second on that road felt like a nightmare. Cars passing me, horns, speed. My heart was pounding so loud, I couldn't hear anything else. But somehow, I made it to the airport. I parked, took a deep breath, and waited. When the client got in the car, I forced a smile. Welcome. The drive back, even worse, because now it wasn't just me. It was someone else's safety. But something strange happened, somewhere between fear and focus. I stopped panicking. My hands steadied, my breathing slowed, and I just drove carefully, quietly, fully present. We made it back. No accidents, no mistakes, just silence. As the client stepped out, he smiled and said, smooth ride. I almost laughed. Smooth? I felt like I survived a war. That evening, I walked into my boss's office. I need to tell you something. I told her everything. The lie, the panic, the stranger, everything. She stared at me for a second, then started laughing. I knew. What? I could tell on day one, but I wanted to see what you'd do under pressure. I was shocked. You're not firing me? She shook her head. No, because today, you didn't run. You figured it out. That moment changed me. I signed up for real driving lessons the next day. 6 months later, I was driving across cities. 2 years later, I was promoted. And yeah, I still see that security guard sometimes. Every morning, I wave because he doesn't know it. But he didn't just teach me how to drive. He taught me how to face fear. Sometimes, you don't need to be ready. You just need to be brave enough to start.